Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Santos stream. I hope you had a great day. I hope you also got used to the new schedule. You got yourselves some coffee. And we're starting with a nice talk again. So, if you have anything on your mind, throw it in. Otherwise, I'll have a specific topic some of you probably are interested in. So, as I said, grab your coffee and let's get ready. So, today it's about play to earn, what happened there, the game Space Misfits, maybe a little bit of Lost Relics, Kingdom Carnage, um, and what else can we expect in the future. So, for me, as I mentioned in a previous episode, play to earn started for me with the thought of it has to be free to play. You have to be able to earn some income, whatever. Um, the expectations weren't really that big. So, of course, in some games, I hoped for some bigger wins, but in general, I would say expectations were moderate. I was looking more for a steady game where you can provide some value, where you exchange value between players and everybody gets a small share, and it doesn't need to be that big as it all adds up. And we know gamers, if we have a fun game where we are glad to spend hours and hours in that game, then the outcome doesn't really matter. In addition, there was also the not really expectation, but a look forward, for example, with the game Space Misfits. If you are into that topic, you probably know there are a lot of NFTs, blah blah blah, and I was always looking for that space station because it was said you have certain tasks to do to maintain your space station so that it will be uh, active or whatever. So back to the topic. Space station in Space Misfits. It was said there will be certain tasks to do, and probably you won't be able to do these tasks by yourself. So I was looking for that big NFT which needs probably a team to be handled, and so I was really hyped up of hyped up to create a community around this, to create my own team, to play with you guys, and yeah, basically the people who followed the stories know what happened. And with the last released version, uh, yeah, you could feel the progress. So I'm not shit talking here or so. So I know there is still potential for this game, but the way of development is really strange, as the communication with the community is close to not really there. If there is a wish for communication with the community, some people get hyped up and start to deliver things like ideas, or there was this bug hunt bug hunt mission, uh, where we were looking for bugs in the new build. Um, but all these little steps forward, and then it ends suddenly again. So again, we are currently in the state where nobody really knows what's going on. Both games, the browser game Fleet and also the space shooter Mayhem, are currently offline and not playable. It was said, yeah, we will be offline for some weeks, up to a month, maybe two, whatsoever, this year. As they probably don't know themselves. It's hard to find a certain date when they will release a new version of the game, or of both games, probably. And I'm really looking forward to that. So, as I said, I'm not trying to shit talk here or anything. There were certain upgrades through the journey in Space Misfits, but it always felt like, okay, it gets better a little bit. Then or it seems like the team is celebrating, hooray, we've done it. And for weeks, nothing happens. I mean, I know development takes time. It's with all these games so far. But if you look at other games, they have their roadmap, they follow that roadmap, they make small adjustments. But here with Space Misfits, it feels like, okay, we have that road here, and we've gone 2 or 3 steps forward. Now we turn right, but now we turn left again, and then we turn left again, and suddenly we are back on our main road, but not really, as we are still going further down that path. And then we take another step left and go basically like backwards. It feels strange. So it's like there is this idea, and wow, we need to do that. And then, oh no, we don't do that. And so nobody really knows what's happening with their NFTs. Of course, Sam always says they have the NFT owners in their mind when they further develop their games. So maybe it all makes sense when both games are fully developed, or at least so far developed that the economy makes sense. For me, at least, I've reached a point where I say, okay, sorry, but there are no further investments. So when the games are playable again, I have a lot of token, I have a lot of NFTs, and I will probably play the games. But from further investments, not sure if I can recommend it at this current state. But we will all see. Maybe it all changes. Maybe we get back to that point I was starting with, where I was looking for that big space station. Back then, when I found out about Space Misfits, I couldn't even imagine owning one of these, because they were thousands of dollars. And if you just think about it, a crypto game with a good economy, which is fun, you are really enjoying it, you can make a steady income, but not probably not a high income, by fulfilling these tasks in the space station. So you have always things to do and so on. And if the space station owner gives people the opportunity to fulfill these tasks, and he gets a share of the profit or so, then you have an ongoing system which would earn you a certain income. And back then, token price, and just if you had the chance to get your hands on a few more tokens, you would basically grab it. And so these space stations were sold for, what was the maximum? I think around $10,000 or $12,000. Currently, they are available for a cheaper price, I guess. But if they were already valued at that price, I thought maybe I should get some. It was still around 1 to 2 years ago, where I was still convinced, okay, they have their plan set, they are working towards that goal, and so on and so on. But as it seems, they changed their plans, not really planning to do like an open world experience as it was intended to do. It's more like a space shooter, some kind of arcade game, where you can basically jump in over and over again. So the replayability should be given. And with these changes, we have to see where the team is leading us towards to. So same for me as for all you other guys, which are still waiting. If you haven't sold everything, then you're probably sitting on your stuff and are not able to sell it, even if you want to sell it. So for me, I have never sold any token. I have never sold any NFTs. If I gave something away, then it was always for a swap to a different NFT. And so I basically bought over the years, I bought more stuff, I earned more stuff through playing. I traded some stuff, and so I came to this portfolio. And as I said, I haven't sold anything so far, so I will show you now what I have as NFTs in Space Misfits. I'm also not planning to sell these, so let's change the screen. So I'm not really planning to sell any of these, or at least not the main Space Misfits NFTs, the ones which are without an image. I don't know why they have no image. I reloaded the page certain times, but currently these are not shown. But these are basically only the commander clones, so it's just a clone to use in the game. This could be damaged, then it needs some healing, and maybe at some point they will also die, so we will see if that happens. So let's go down these are all just clones, and here with the first image the real NFTs basically start. And yeah, you can make yourself an image. I have, for example, 3 of these memberships which allow you to earn bigger rewards. I have these which were intended to give you a portion of the fuel consumption or the fuel costs, but this changed to a general distribution and can also change again. Some Misfit support tokens, a commander, an art piece, even a Skylar. This is, if I'm not wrong, this is the biggest ship which was planned to be in the game. So even now, with the current situation, people are still holding on to this, and the current cheapest offer and the only offer which is on the marketplace is for close to $6,000. Then some blueprints for weapons. Telemetry is for upgrading weapons or other stuff. Here another blueprint. Commander. A mining tool. So in the old version. So yeah, now we have to mine as well, but the mining tools were only usable in the old version. And then you could accelerate your mining speed. That was really convenient. So when they introduced these stat improvements and people were starting to play around with the certain stat improvements and were valuing these different crafted items on the marketplace, then this really accelerated the growth of Space Misfits. But this was only for a short period of time, as this was, or after Rogue ended, this basically ended as well. And currently there is no further use for telemetry. Also, Mayhem is only a basic shooter with one ship, no upgrades so far with mining or weapons or so. Yeah, what else do we have? There's a mining ship, the Retriever. Then we have some more blueprints for a weapon ship, another weapon. Some transponders. It was said maybe there is the possibility to gain certain access to a dungeon or whatever. Maybe this will happen again. Another weapon, an art piece, some more telemetry. These are some more mining turrets. Ship telemetry. And here we come to the spoken space station ownership. Meanwhile, I have 3 space stations. So if we should ever enter the point of space stations having tasks to complete and need to be maintained, then I probably need your help. So I hope you're following the channel to stay up to date with Space Misfits. Also, I will keep you updated what's going on with the space stations, if I need your help or anything else. So if you're looking for some kind of gaming job, this is probably your chance then. We will see what will be offered. But one thing which can be mentioned is that Space Misfits really paid off to be played. So when you wanted to earn with a play to earn game, Space Misfits was most of the time a really good way to earn. So as I've said, a lot of these NFTs are basically won through competitions, because I participated in certain community events or whatsoever. And if we should ever get back to a point where we play Space Misfits on stream, we probably also have some duplicates of some NFTs which could be given away potentially. But we will see when the time is ready. So we could summarize this portfolio with the prices which are there. For example, Colossus doesn't have any listings, as this is also a very rare ship. But you also have to mention that these NFTs are currently not very liquid, so there's close to nobody who's interested in them. But if the development continues, and you have to admit, Space Misfits always stayed true to their road, so they kept delivering and kept delivering, although there were these hiccups where we didn't get any information at all. There was always this little point here and there where they surprised us with a little bit more than we expected, and maybe this is now the case again. We will all wait, and if that happens and development continues, which I assume it will, then I probably have here a portfolio of... I didn't see the planets. There's the space station. I think... yeah, exactly. I not only have the 3 space stations here, but I also have 6, I think it was 6 planets, but they are currently on a different wallet. So yeah, if they also need some maintenance, back to the topic, I will definitely need you. If I will need you, my portfolio is probably alone with the space stations. If the highest sale was not the highest sale ever, and we can say, okay, moderately, this could be 10,000 per piece, but let's say 5,000. Is this already 15,000 plus the planets, plus the blueprints? So we probably get to a portfolio of 30 to 40,000, something like this. If this ever happens, if not, I won't be able to sell them anyways. So we will see. As I said, I'm not planning to invest more. Here, for example, Cooper Jones, one of the rarest commanders. Yeah, we will see what happens so far when the new versions will be released. I will definitely keep you updated with the new versions when they are officially released. So if you want to know when these games are ready, definitely follow the channel. If you plan to play these games anyway, and you just saw some blueprints which you could probably need, not the blueprint itself, but for example in fleets with the last version we could craft some commanders and some ships. If that should be the case, that you need something crafted, reach out to me, check out my Discord channel to maybe get in touch with other Space Misfits players. And then I would say, let's wait for the new releases. I'm really looking forward to them. So I'm not quite sure, but I guess there's something cooking in the background, and we all expect less than what we get delivered. But let's be surprised, and hopefully we see each other with this topic again soon. So I wouldn't mind to do another video about Space Misfits in the next week or the next month, whatsoever. But the team should take their time. They should prepare the games as good as possible, make them really playable, rework some things, make adjustments here and there, and then we probably can get back to some grindy Space Misfits gameplay. So, little side note, I got a new coffee, and future Santos and YouTube viewers, when the first coffee is done, the coffee talk is over. So we keep it limited. I will cut down that episode. We got it. Space Misfits, done. Play to earn games, done. We will look forward to it if it is fun. If not, then not. With that being said, we concentrate on further fun stuff, and we're switching to Space Game.